All right, welcome everyone. My name is Samuel Joseph, right? And yeah, I'm reaching out to you guys from somewhere. So there's been uh, so many hype about, of course, positive hype this time about cryptocurrency and blockchain, right? So if you look at coin market cap, right, the price of cryptocurrency got to a new all-time high this year, right? Bitcoin got to 64, I think 64,000. That's where Bitcoin got to. And as a result of that, we've seen lots and lots of companies, lots and lots of organizations, and lots of governments, even the government of El Salvador. Let me pull out that news. El Salvador, Bitcoin. El Salvador as a country had to make Bitcoin a legal tender, right? So cryptocurrency is taking the world.
Nice one.
Hello, Ambe.
Wait, I don't leave.
So I'm going to mute. Cryptocurrency is taking the world by storm. And the biggest, the technology behind cryptocurrency is blockchain. And if a country like El Salvador has made, okay, for those of you that are joining, you've not heard the news before, Bitcoin law was passed by the Legislative Assembly of El Salvador on 8th of June 2021, not 50 years ago. This happened recently. So the government of El Salvador made Bitcoin a legal tender. So giving the cryptocurrency Bitcoin the status of legal tender within El Salvador. Now remember what our Nigerian government said earlier this year, that cryptocurrencies are not good. Well, another country is making a legal tender. The truth is that people sorry about that. People usually criticize what they don't understand, you see, and that's the case of the Nigerian government. But how does this concern you? So every country, every company, every organization, every country must and will use blockchain in one way or the other. So if they will use blockchain, that means there will be a rising need for blockchain programmers. Now, you might not be someone that understands the entire thing about the blockchain programming, but can you manage a blockchain project? You can be a blockchain project manager, right? If GT Bank decides to go full scale and they need people to understand blockchain in all their branches, would you be fit? If someone like Minister Olaitan Amusat becomes the Minister of Health and the health sector in your country wants to go into blockchain, will you be found worthy? So let's see, can health use blockchain? Health blockchain. Let me see. Can blockchain be used in the health industry? Let's see, blockchain for health. So 15 top blockchain in health examples. What am I reading? 15 top blockchain in healthcare examples. You see, so blockchain can be used in almost every industry. So let's look another one. Let's say you're in the music industry, music blockchain. So blockchain can be used in the music industry also, right? Top 17 blockchain in music companies. You see, blockchain can be used in every aspect of the company. What am I saying? Economy, right? So no matter what you're studying in school, whether it's medicine, computer science, banking, fishery, fencing and wiring, you can use blockchain, right? And you can either become a programmer. Of course, this particular session is designed towards blockchain programmers, but you can also become a blockchain project manager. Whoever is writing on the screen, if I get hold of you, we'll kick you out. All right, let's move on. So we have on the call today, we have Mr. No, what am I calling Mr.? We have Professor Naza. He's a professor, but he wants to admit it and That's fine. So before we go on, before we call him up, let me just hype him up. Please. He has worked on so. Okay, I've muted everybody. He has worked on so many projects and already, and he's going to come on the set to tell us how he got started with crypto, how he also went into programming as a whole, and also went into blockchain, right? But first, let me show you guys his latest and recent work. Let's see. This is tab. Hope I not still not use common market cap. All right, so his latest and recent work is HaggleX, right? So he actually single-handedly built most of the things needed for this cryptocurrency and many other things he has built for this particular cryptocurrency that has not yet been implemented. They've been built. The smart contract has already been built, fully deployed, right, and tested, but it has not been launched yet for the HaggleX project. And that it will be launched in somewhere around November, December. And to use those new features, right, you will need to have at least 50 to 100 HaggleX coin. Now, speaking of HaggleX coin, before I bring it up, we're supposed to give HaggleX token to the first 20 people that jumped on the call through Zoom, not through Facebook. If you're watching through Facebook, we can also extend to 10 persons. So what you need to do is go to Trust Wallet, make sure it is Trust Wallet, please. Go to your Trust Wallet, right, and put your, get your HaggleX address and put it in the comment section in Facebook, and we're going to wire you the wire, send you some amounts of HaggleX coin. Who knows how I can clean this stuff that someone will send this? Let me see. Yeah. Audience. So just in case you don't know how to get HaggleX coin into your Trust Wallet, all you need to do is come to CoinMarketCap, which is the easiest way, and click here to copy the what's in called now, the contact address. Get the contact address. Click the top right corner of click the top right corner of your what's the name of that app? Trust Wallet, and then paste the contract address there and make sure you toggle it so that it can show, and then get your HaggleX address, put it in the comment section in Facebook or on Zoom, and we will distribute some HaggleX token to you. Now, currently HaggleX token is worth $2. Who knows, in the next couple of days it could be worth $1,000 or $2,000. Right, no one knows, right? No one knows, but know that the supply of HaggleX is just 10. All right, right now we're bringing on Mr. What am I doing? Let's see. I'll bring up, they're calling Mr. I'll bring up Professor Naza, the world's best blockchain programmer, to come and show himself, to come and let us know about him, how he got into crypto. So, Professor Naza he's a professor, like, right, he's even in real life. Let me unmute his mic. Let him, before we. All right.
Hello, everybody. Because you're just hyping me too much like this. Thank you very much for this platform.
All right. Welcome, Naza. So, sorry, Professor Naza. So before we dive into the programming part, right? So give us a brief history about you, your background. Let's get to know you, and yeah, just introduce yourself first of all. We already know you're a professor, so you don't need to mention Papa, so mention others.
My name is like say my name is Naza. And so then I just want to give like a background of how writing smart contracts became a thing for me. It's more of like wanting to do something that is very unique for me. So right there in school, I was like, I saw my friends doing several things, several programming, different things, developing different solutions across different platforms. So I just wanted to do something very unique. I wanted to do something that was not part of what everybody was doing. So before then, I had heard of blockchain, but then I just like waived it. But then as at 2020, yeah, fully 2020, that's just last year. So I started paying more attention to what blockchain technology is all about. And then with so many research materials provided online, a few of them actually, and then with the guidance of a very amazing person, I was able to get deep into the blockchain space. And so gradually, I'm a computer science student, so I wanted to be more on the programming part. And so I started on learning about different blockchains, learning about different consensus algorithms that this blockchain worked on. And then learning, first of all, the Bitcoin blockchain, how Bitcoin runs, learning about the hash rate of Bitcoin, learning about SegWit. There are so many things that people don't know about Bitcoin. Bitcoin is beyond just transferring from one person to another some particular kind of asset. There's so much that people don't know about Bitcoin itself. And there's so much about several other cryptocurrencies, learning about the consensus of algorithms of several cryptocurrencies. Now, this might sound like jargons, but if you know what all this entails, you'll be able to stand in anywhere and say, yes, I know what blockchain is all about. So I learned all this stuff online. I remember then there was a particular laptop that I used to use.
Hold on. Let me pause you there. So you just said something really striking. You said you learn all these things online. So are you trying to tell me, this might not sound nice, are you trying to tell me you didn't learn about blockchain in school?
Not at all. School care. School didn't even come close. School didn't come close. Actually, I wanted to do my final year project on the blockchain. I wanted to build something that is on the blockchain, but then the supervisor I had said I must do what he wants. So like they don't even know about it. More or less trying to teach people. It's not even in the curriculum. So
that means your blockchain, I say your blockchain, your lecturers, as at when you want to do your project, didn't know much about blockchain.
Even as of now, they don't even know much about blockchain.
And these are computer science lecturers.
Exactly, computer science lecturers.
Oh no! Wow. All right. So that means it's possible to. I think one of the biggest things I've learned from what you said just now is that it's possible to learn anything without school, as long as you have internet.
As long as you have internet, you can learn anything.
So while your peers were busy developing or other ideas, why did you to blockchain? Why didn't you just learn something else? What was special about blockchain that you wanted to pay attention to?
You know, the interesting part about it was that as I was learning the little ones, it was becoming very, very, very interesting. In fact, learning has never been so interesting like that before for me. Not even in school, learning has never been so interesting like that. There was so much more that I wanted to know. There was so much more that I just wanted to just dive into. And sometimes the resources were not even readily made available. But it would take me days to like search for different things, different keywords, search them online again and again and again to be able to put like, then sometimes I was able to like put resources from 5 different websites together to be able to get just one answer. And it was just so amazing. So it was something that I just wanted to just dive into and just go in more and more and more, even till date. There are so many projects that I want to build. There are so many things that I still want to learn as regards the blockchain. The blockchain space is very, very beautiful. Aside the fact that, cryptocurrencies exist, the blockchain itself, the technology that is behind the cryptocurrencies, it's a very, very unique technology. And it's something everybody should actually look into.
Okay. So it's talking about resources, because I met someone who wanted to go into blockchain programming, and his greatest challenge was that he didn't have a good laptop, right? So when you wanted to start blockchain programming, right, I believe you were in school. I believe you had courses to do, you have tests to write, exams to write. Did you have all the, I know you mentioned it before, but how do you have all the resources? Do you have the best laptop ever for blockchain programming? Yeah, abundance, because these are some of the things that people use as excuse. So what were some of the challenges you faced when you wanted to start blockchain programming? The challenges you faced?
Actually, there are always challenges, but then mine was actually very unique. My friends know, even I wish my sister were here. So I had this particular laptop, I had removed Windows operating system from it and put Ubuntu, and it was very fine. So at some point, definitely the laptop had some issues, and then it was the battery issue. Also, at that time, I was still learning. In fact, I think that was when I just recently started learning about the blockchain in itself. So the laptop was very bad. The battery, rather, was very bad. So it was like a TV in a sense. So once there's any fluctuation in electricity, it trips off. And sometimes I don't even get to see what I was doing. So it got really, 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 really bad. But I persisted. So I had to move from one of my sister's place to another of my sister's place, because the other one had constant light during the night time. So I know that from midnight, from like 11 p.m. to about 6 a.m., there's always light. So I had to move to that other place because I needed electricity at least to be able to get me going for like 6 hours thereabouts. So another challenge was internet. So as at that time, there was a particular plan that I used to do, some midnight plans. In fact, sometimes I had to go and get a particular SIM card or a particular network to be able to have free amount of data to be able to use to be able to use the internet to get some things, some knowledge, some extra knowledge. Like I said, the zeal was just there. It was very, 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 very strong. I just wanted to learn more. I just wanted to know more about blockchain. But today I use a MacBook Pro, so it's very, 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 very amazing. So it went from the laptop that had a very, very bad battery, a TV, to a very good laptop. So I can stay up several hours and still use my laptop with so much computation power.
Wow. That's amazing. So let me do a recap for those of you that don't understand what just happened. So I can personally relate to this story because I saw the television he was using. So TV laptops are laptops, we call them TV laptops, or television laptops that once there is no power, it goes off. Not when the battery is low. So if it's your generator, right, or to NEPA, and then they take the light, the laptop goes off. Conditions, right? And of course, he had school to go, he had projects to write, he had, he didn't have much finances then to pay for good internet. You have to do for night plans so that you can stay up all night. And imagine how having to time yourself to make sure that, okay, there will be light at night plus data so that you can work. You see, but those limitations would have served as a very, very nice and beautiful excuse for him not to, take up that passion, you see, of learning blockchain programming, there will always be an excuse. I always tell people, excuse will not sound nice. Excuse are good reasons for you not doing what you're supposed to do. Excuse will always sound you good. You see, excuse will always sound good, but you can choose to take up that excuse. And the thing about life is that as you're taking up that excuse, oh, this is the reason why I cannot start up a blog. This is the reason I cannot program. This is the reason I cannot create smart contracts. As you're taking up the excuse, someone is achieving that same result with that same condition that you have, or even worse. Right. So that is all about Naza, who he is and how he got started with crypto and the challenges he faced. Right. So now to some more programming specific question. So how long on an average will it take someone that doesn't have an idea about block programming as a whole, and maybe someone that has, how long will it take each of them to come up to speed with blockchain programming? Yeah, I know blockchain programming is vast. There are so many things you can do with blockchain programming, right? There are so many aspects, right? But on an average, how long do you think it will take someone to get started to a certain level where he or she can actually do jobs, right, and do something meaningful with the blockchain space? Okay, I don't know if he's still there, or maybe he has muted himself. Let me see. He has muted himself.
Right, yeah, I was trying to talk. Okay, so the time for coming to speed to be able to develop blockchain programs. The noise.
Yeah, I'm trying to mute. Yes.
Okay, so for me, now it depends. It depends on the individual. That's first. It depends also on the level of conviction that particular person has. Like I just explained, so it was the zeal for me. Because I just wanted to learn. I just wanted to learn, and my mind was there, and so I just wanted to learn. And so, as you're on this call, you have made a decision already to be able to become a smart contract or a blockchain developer. So, give or take, it should take you to learn or to come up to speed to a particular extent to be able to take up projects. It shouldn't take you more than a month. If you have the right conviction. And then if you learn this up in a month, if you're able to develop your own smart contract, you can even build your own cryptocurrency. That is even like the least of the things you can even do on blockchain, because right now you see there are so many cryptocurrency projects that are existing. So that's like the least. There are so many things, like Mr. Sam already showed us from the health sector, from different things. You can build your own smart contracts to your taste and deploy it on several blockchains. So from like in a month, you should be able to come up to speed to be able to do so much. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So depending on how hungry and passionate you are to achieve this, in a month you should start from scratch, right, and be able to do at least some tangible things with blockchain programming if you're fully determined to do so, right? So that's a challenge for me also, because I've been doing some research myself. So for just those of us that are just joining us, right? So on the call we have Professor Naza, right? He's a blockchain guru, right, in Africa, not just Nigeria. He has done so many projects, and one of his projects is HaggleX. And this session is, of course, is sponsored by HaggleX. So this is his work right here, and
hello, sir.
Yeah, it has the price is $2, and yeah, we're supposed to give $100 to the first 20 persons. We have 55. So I'm going to drop a form now, because the problem is I don't know how I'm going to push out the first 20 persons that join the call. But we'll just maybe randomly give it to 20 persons if that's fine. So distributing $100, right? So you get a Trust Wallet from, no, your HaggleX address from Trust Wallet. And then maybe to make it easier for me, I'll drop a form. As Naza is talking, I'll drop a form, and then you can fill the form, just put in your address. I'll just pick 20% and give it to you. Right. So the coin is currently worth $2. Who knows, in the next 1 or 2 years it will be worth $1,000. Who knows? We don't know. There was a time when Bitcoin was around $2 also. Anyways, so Naza, this is one of Naza's job, right? And many others. But yeah, if you're just joining, that's about Naza. So Naza, I have some questions for you. You recently developed a course where people can learn blockchain smart contract development and all, right? So what is the course about? What will people learn from the course, right? What will they learn in general, right? Will you offer them certificates after? Why the course? What will they learn from the course? Yeah, that's the question. I hope yes.
Yeah, I'm still here. Can you hear me? So the course entails so much. It is like the best that I've seen, because I make the best things. Yes, wow. I'm not saying that apologetically. All right, so it's a combination of several frameworks, several techniques that could help deploy a standard cryptocurrency contract on several blockchains. Every blockchain that supports the EVM network, that supports the Ethereum virtual machine. So range from Ethereum itself to Binance Smart Chain to Ruby Smart Chain to HaggleX Chain. And so this particular course takes you from literally zero to 200 if possible. So you can learn as much as you want. With this, once you're done with this course, you can boldly say that you are a smart contract developer anywhere, because there are so much techniques, so many things to learn in this particular tutorial series. And then guess what? This is just like the tip of the iceberg. So many things are also coming. So in this particular course, we're also going to be doing deployment on EOS.io. EOS.io is a very, very, very amazing blockchain that so many persons don't even know about. Also on SOLANA. So these are different blockchains that people can deploy projects on. But the only one that we probably know, as it were, Ethereum and Binance Smart Chain and the rest of it. So in this particular course, you learn so much on how you can deploy smart contracts on all of these blockchains that I've mentioned. So there's so much. So like I said, it's a combination of several techniques. It's like taking from everywhere and then joining everything together. So it's like the best that you can ever find. Yeah, I'm saying that again. It's like the best that you can ever find in this particular space at this time. Of course, there's going to be several upgrades as time goes on. But at this particular time, this is the best that you will ever find. And if you can learn this best one now, trust me, the updates that will be coming in later time, in later years, will not be a huge thing for you. So get started already.
Wow. Those are some bold statements, right? So yeah, so this course takes you from beginner's level coming to now. Is there going to be, because programming is like a job, right? And of course, you're a prof, so you can actually, hold yourself by your own hand and then take yourself to the promised land. So for some other people, they might need someone to maybe carry the bread and put in their mouth a little bit. Do you have would there be a group for, which I think there should be, a group where the people who take this course can actually join this group, get mentored, right? Let's say for a period of time, right? And probably when there are external or internal jobs, you recommend your students, if we could call them that, to these guys. So would there be a group like that for?
Yes, there will. Emphatically, yes. So the aim is to get this particular technology, because there's so much persons that the number of persons that can actually build smart contracts are very few. Trust me. When I say they are very few, they are few. So if you can come on board from this particular tutorial, so we'll have a platform where, okay, first of all, we're going to be mentoring people to be the best. Secondly, when there are job offerings, as it were, both intercontinental, from Africa to the rest of the world. So when there are job offers like that, okay, I recently, I think I need to say this. I signed up for LinkedIn job postings, and also Google. There's a particular part of Google that have job postings. So every day, I'm not even missing words. I could show you my mail. Every day, I receive job offers from international companies. Every day, like renowned international companies. Every day, I receive nothing less than 20 suggestions.
Wow.
Oh, this particular company is looking for Solidity developer. This particular company is looking for this. This particular company is looking for this particular company. But
So,
how many can I even go for?
So that means the opportunities are endless.
As in endless, very much endless, very, very much. I'm not even mentioning what every day I receive nothing less than 20 offers from all of these platforms. You could just go online and check for yourself. So it's a great one. It's a great place to start from.
So the market is there, but the problem with the market is now that the amount of people that can deliver what the market needs are not there, and that's the problem we're solving with this course, right? So yeah, that's a great one, right? Anyone can. Now this course, there is Ethereum, Binance Smart Chain, EOS. This course, after learning, you should be able to deploy on these blockchains, right?
Yes, you're able to deploy on these blockchains and several others, like the Huobi Smart Chain, the Echo Chain, several others, the Optimistic, the Polygon-matic blockchain, several other blockchains that you can deploy your project on.
Right. So this is like using one stone, one bird to kill many. What am I saying? Using one stone to kill many birds. So that is cool. So with this blockchain, what am I saying? What am I saying? With this course, rather, you can learn how to build smart contracts, how to create your own cryptocurrency. You can learn how to deploy smart contracts on several blockchains. I think they're up to like 6 or 8. I don't know how many he said then, with this singular course. And of course you also get mentorship, right? You join the group to get mentored for a particular period of time, right? So before we bring on people to ask questions, what should, what programming should one know, right, before they go into blockchain programming? What programming background should one have before they go, so that to make it easier for them?
Okay, so you could just have the rudiments, the basics. Once you are on like the basic level of programming, I mean that at least you can write a hello world code in any programming language, so you know what programming itself is. So in this particular tutorial also, I broke down some basic rudiments of the Solidity programming language, which I used to write the smart contracts. So if you just have basic knowledge of programming, that's very, 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 very fine. So you can just jump on it.
Okay, so the course takes you from 0 to the top. That is cool. All right, so some people joined us just a few minutes ago. So if you're just joining, big welcome. Right, so we're talking about blockchain programming, and we started on by showing us how that there are thousands There are uncountable opportunities there for people who know how to do blockchain programming, right? So the opportunities are endless, right? So the opportunities are endless. And Professor Naza has been able to create a course that can help you get started with blockchain programming, right? Not only will you get started, but at the end of you taking the course, you should be able to deploy or write smart contract in at least, I can't remember the exact amount he told me, but say at least about 6 to 12 different blockchains.
On 7 different blockchains.
7
different blockchains.
Right.
Yes.
After taking the course, you should be able to deploy smart contracts in about 7 blockchains. Now, some people be like, programming is hard. Programming is not hard, right? So the truth is that the only thing that is hard are the things that you admit are hard, because the programming that you're saying is hard, someone actually learned it, and the person that learned it did not fall from heaven, even though you know what I'm trying to say, right? So whatever you put your mind to do, right? Most of us right now, including myself.
Network ọ̀dọ̀ yín dá, mo lọ ṣe meeting bẹ́ẹ̀ ni.
Hello, I'm there. Most of us right now, what we're doing right now to make money is not what we learned from school. We're doing what we're doing right now because that was what could bring money to the table. Now, if you got an opportunity where someone says, okay, you're doing so and so and it's giving you 1,000 naira every month, but hey, if you learn this stuff, you should be able to make 100,000 naira instead of 1,000 naira. It is not left for you to say, okay, I want this new level. I'm tired of making 1,000 naira every month. I want to go to the next level of 100,000 naira. And the truth is that nothing good comes easy. You see, nothing good comes easy, except you see someone and that has, of course, the Holy Spirit that can help, make things easy for you. But you're just going as a natural person, it becomes really, really difficult. So if you have a way to learn something tangible that will change your finances, it is worth giving it a try. Some of you might be too busy, might not be able to finish the whole thing in 1 month. If it takes you 3 months,
it's 12 o'clock
to even finish the course, right, and change the state of your finances, it is worth it. It is worth it, right? So if you can go to school to learn what you don't need and what you're not using, how much more learning something that you know you will need and something that has huge demand? So it's something I'll encourage anyone to get into, right? I want to drop the form so I don't forget. Yeah, I've sent the form. All right, so I'll be dropping the form right now in the chat of this Zoom, so we can do what now? Okay, yeah, I'll send the form. Right, so yeah, how much more will it cost you to learn something that will change your finances forever? As Naza said, there are uncountable opportunities out there in cryptocurrency and blockchain. Why? Because every government is trying to make their currency look like cryptocurrency, right? China has done theirs, right? US government is working on it. The Nigerian government are also working on it. I told people years ago, this generation will be the last generation that will use paper money, right? So everything is going digital, and they are making it look like cryptocurrency and blockchain. So that is the course. This is course right here. So I'm going to drop the link to the course in the chat, so we can get it. All right. So what am I doing? Supposed to send that to everybody. I've dropped the link to the course now. Naza, for some reason, right? Blockchain is still very new, and we want people to get started with blockchain and take advantage of this new booming sector. But just for community's sake, I'm thinking, I don't know if you agree. A lot of people in my DM, when they first saw the course, right, they requested for a 50% discount, right, or 20% discount or 30% discount for the course, so they can get started for being one of the first to jump in on the course. So is it something that you're willing to do, to give some discounts, and how many percentage discounts you're willing to give so people can get started, join the mentorship program, and get started and kicking with blockchain programming?
This is putting me on the spot. But it's something that we need them to put in the discount. Yeah. So we can go ahead with that already.
So you cannot bring me back to the spot. So how many percentage would you be giving out for those that attended the program?
I think you need to be on the spot for this one.
All right, so why we deliberate around that? So there are some questions that I wrote here before people come on board to ask questions. So which is I don't know if I should call it the hardest, which is the most unfriendly blockchain? I'm sure you've interacted with so many blockchains, right? I think I think one of these universities should just take you up and just make you a professor. I don't know what they're waiting for, but as far as I'm concerned, you're a professor already. Which is the most unfriendly blockchain that you've worked with so far?
Unfriendly.
It gave you a headache.
It gave me a headache. Okay. It gave me a headache because for every programming language, if you have a very good community on that particular programming language, you would have an edge where you can actually go and ask questions if you have roadblocks or something. So for a particular blockchain, which was EOS, and which is the blockchain that I spent so much time on, as in, it was very beautiful learning about this particular blockchain. It was looking hard at some point because there were limited resources available to learn. In fact, I tell you, if you say you want to start today to learn about the EOS blockchain, you'll find it quite difficult to get through to some things. And that is one of the things that we have covered in this course.
All right. Go ahead.
Yeah, and that's one of the things we have covered in the course. If there's a particular saying that if you follow who no road, you know go lost. So there are so many things that I have gone ahead, as it were, to learn about some of these blockchains, that you don't need to have roadblocks on those particular parts anymore. And so that's why this particular tutorial series is very, very important. So I would say that one of the blockchains that really gave that hard time in itself was EOS, and because it had a different language also to write with. So in EOS,
which language is that?
Blockchain, you write with C++. So, and that's another thing that I wanted to say. In all of these blockchains don't have the same programming language. You don't write with the same programming language, but some of them, a number of them actually allow that, like Solidity. You can write Solidity and then deploy. Well, so many of this information are on the course. Just go on the course and get started. So EOS was that blockchain, yeah.
All right, so the blockchain that gave you headache the most was EOS, and as you've said, so it gave you that amount of headache because there were, you didn't have enough resources, and some of these resources you had to go hunt them yourself, and that's one thing about leadership, right? So I usually tell people that most of the things we enjoy in the world today are things that people sacrificed for years ago, right? So someone has gone ahead to take the pains to gather what was difficult for him in understanding blockchain in EOS to make it easy for you. So instead of, it reminds me of how when I started driving, I wanted to go to a particular place and I didn't know the road. So I'll first of all take the longest route, go to this street. They'll tell me it's not there. I'll meet one Agbero by the road. Instead of the guy to tell me he doesn't know road, he will just want to feel among and tell me, saying, take left, take right. So after going so many left and going so many right, you'll now realize that, hey, these guys don't know what they're saying until finally you get to the destination. But after you get to the destination, it becomes very easy to go to that same place the second time. Why? Because you've known the road for yourself. Now, it will now be easier if you're going to a place where someone has already gone to, right? So instead of, doing trial and error, going to this place, asking this person this question where they give you their own opinion, sometimes their own opinion is out of guesswork. You can meet someone that has already done it, right? And it will save you time and money, because you would have taken like 20 different courses to get to that particular destination. But with just one course, you can deploy on Binance Smart Chain, EOS, Solana, Polygon, and the rest. So why Naza is trying to be political about the whole discounts, I'll still fight for it for there to be discounts in the course. Plus, I love the fact that the course comes with a mentorship program and also is on getting any job offers that may arise as a result. So also some very friendly question here from my side. Which is the most easily used blockchain? I think we already know the answer, because the answer is in the first answer you gave. You said the first, that EOS was so hard because the community to help out with were not much, right? So I think the easiest should be Ethereum. I don't know if I'm correct.
Yeah, you're very correct actually.
So the next question I have here for you is, when it comes to programming highly scalable, programs or softwares or smart contracts, for complex stuff, maybe you deploy something that needs high computational power and needs to be processed real fast and deployed, right? And blockchain can really hold it. If you were to recommend top 3 blockchains for a programmer or for a company or for an institution, which top 3 blockchains would you recommend? What am I saying?
All right. So first off, I would recommend EOS.io, because it has EOS.io is a very sweet blockchain. In fact, it's a very, very sweet blockchain. Let me just stop there. So first off, I'll recommend EOS.io, and then secondly, I would recommend Solana. Nice. Based on all these things that you have talked about in terms of throughput, in terms of fast and scalable blockchain. So I'll recommend EOS first, then Solana, and then I would recommend the Binance Smart Chain.
Yeah. What about the others you talked about, the Polygon and the rest?
Yeah, these ones are actually they are also EVM machines. They support EVM machines rather, and they are just up, so they don't have that much of user base, as it were. So talking about throughput, Binance Smart Chain has a very, very unique feature of them burning tokens, and then it helps with the gas fees, and then they also function with a consensus algorithm, which is, in fact, that's one of the things that we didn't even talk about. EOS functions with a consensus algorithm of proof of stake. In fact, the first of its kind in a sense, and delegated proof of stake, which is very, 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 very cool. And then Solana has proof of history. Then the Binance Smart Chain has proof of stake authority. So that is, with all of this consensus algorithm, it makes it easier to be able to run fast transactions on these blockchains. Unlike Bitcoin, the Lord of Lords, which function with proof of work, and then it takes quite a lot of time to be able to confirm a transaction or to put a particular block on the blockchain. So with these newer blockchains, it's more easy. In fact, EOS can write a transaction in about 4 seconds, which is very, 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 very cool. So it's just like you sending somebody a particular token, and then in 4 seconds, the person is receiving it. It is very, very, very fast.
Okay. I don't think I have any other questions. So we're going to open the floor, right? So if anyone has questions within the next few minutes, let me see. If anyone has a question, feel free. Let's use the next few minutes to take up questions. And also, we're giving out $100 worth of HaggleX coin to the participants of this meeting today. So I've dropped the form in the chat. I'll drop it in the form in the chat on Zoom here. So you get your address, your HaggleX address from what now? From Trust Wallets, right? I've already told us where to get the how to get the address from Trust Wallets. All you need to do is get the contract address here. Go to the top right of the Trust Wallet, fill in add custom token, of course, and fill in the stuff. Copy and paste the contract address, and just in case you need some other details, the name of the coin is HaggleX, the symbol is Hag, the decimal is 8, right? And of course, this is Naza work, right? So before we get into question, Naza, how do you feel seeing your work like this in CoinMarketCap or on CoinMarketCap? Like, do you feel like you have blown, or?
It's actually very, very, very fulfilling. It's very, very fulfilling.
Anyway, questions. Let's take some questions before we call it a day. And don't forget that I've dropped the link to the form. Fill the form with your HaggleX address from Trust Wallet, and you'll see a part where they ask for community. Please, in the community, type Naza, N-A-Z-A, in the community. Then the top 20 persons will be picked to get the $100 will be distributed among them. So questions, please.
Yeah, hello. Thank you very much for the opportunity. Yeah, actually, I'm not a computer scientist, but I have interest in blockchain.
Introduce yourself, Talon Soro. See, bye.
Now, you know that. Okay, thank you. My name is Olaitan Amsat, and I'm a member of HaggleX community. So, thank you for this opportunity, Naza, and the facilitator, Mr. Sam, the #1 hedge fund administrator in Nigeria. So my question is that actually I'm not a computer science student. I'm a chemist by profession. In fact, let's say I'm a lecturer. So I am currently doing my PhD, and I wish to venture into blockchain development, like engineering and software. I'm looking for a digital skill, or don't let me remove my teeth, to learn. So actually, I have interest in blockchain technology, and I think we can actually use it in diverse environments, not only in cryptocurrency. Like, how can I make use of it in the educational sector? Like, let's say I'm appointed as a commissioner for education, and I need it to do a data, or I want to vote. How this aspect of blockchain has not been enhanced. People are not been using it. What people are using it to do is just to create a coin, put it on Trust Wallet. So if I enroll for this course, am I going to get that opportunity and that knowledge to make an innovation, to present it to the government, so that, okay, this can actually help? Because what they know is that Bitcoin is so is bad. So if you can have that, I have opportunity to see some government officials. Okay, this can actually help us in managing our database, or it can help us one way or the other. So if I enroll for this course now, aside from learning on how to deploy blockchain into some like 7 blockchain, as you said, is there any other means like voting and other stuff that I can learn from this course if I enroll for it?
Okay.
Right.
Okay. Naza, over to you.
Okay, that's a good one. Yeah, like I said earlier, that writing of cryptocurrencies is like the list of the things that you can do on the blockchain. So there are several other solutions that you can deploy on the blockchain. But then, how many do you want to teach in a single course like this? How many do you want to deploy in a single course like this? So that is why we have the community that we'll be building. So from that community, any other thing, this particular course gives you the basics that you need to get started. Like I said, it takes you from 0 to about 200 if you want. So just your own personal decisions to actually be dedicated to it. So from the community where we have our students, from there we can pick up projects, and then all of these that you're talking about, all of these particular projects, in fact, these particular projects that you just talked about, we have them already. So it's just about getting that platform to just deploy it on. So it can be taught, definitely. So it's not something that is rocket science. As long as it involves the blockchain, it can actually come up. Yeah.
So if I have 2 or 3 people that want to enroll, will there be any discount? Like I want to enroll 2 or more people, like sponsoring them to come and join. Will there be discount for me if I should?
Answer.
Yeah, Mr. Sam. Yes, there will be discount, definitely. Yes, there will be discount.
All right.
Okay.
Hello.
All right.
Yeah, so I wanted to add something to reply Mr. Lighton. So there's something we discussed last year, myself and Mr. Adebi Ayoyinka. So we thought about incentivizing people to learn, right? Incentivizing people to learn. So what we decided to do was to allocate a certain amount of HaggleX coin. Is currently worth $2, right? A certain amount of HaggleX coin to reward people after you finish taking the course, right? Then you have proof of taking the course. I don't know what you guys are proof of learning or whatever. So you get rewarded. You can get rewarded with a coin. So you take the
Just
course.
like with every program, yeah, you get coin. Yes.
Yeah. So you get $100 worth of HaggleX coin. $100 for each.
Wow. That can worth millions of naira in a couple of years.
That can be worth way bigger than what
Please, I have a question because I have to drop off now.
Yeah,
I don't need my question be answered.
Yeah, please.
Okay, good morning. My name is Adeleye Adewi.
Well,
I have a curiosity for learning, and it's always been wonderful since I joined the train of your movement, But about this particular blockchain university, I want to know, because I'm in the Eastern time zone.
Okay.
What will be the mode of the class, and what will be the timing? That's the first thing. The second thing, for those that maybe they are not in computer, what are the fundamentals that they needed to have before enrolling? And the last thing is that if I had interest, or maybe I've been doing programming before, do I need to do away with what I've been doing before and just focus basically on a single, like you mentioned, C++? Do I need Python if I already started learning Python, or I just have to focus on C++? Thank you.
Okay, so I would start from the last question that you asked. So programming in itself, in as much as so many programming languages have different paradigms. So there are different paradigms. There are object-oriented programming language, there are structural programming languages. So all of those languages that people learn, it's just as though you are learning Yoruba and learning Igbo and learning different languages as it were. So they have a way of telling people how to communicate in those languages. And that's how it is in the blockchain space also. So all of the programming languages that you have learned, you don't need to drop them per se, because in one way or the other, you might be needing them. Take, for instance, I write smart contracts in Solidity and also C++. But then for me to be able to consume those smart contracts, I need Web3, which could be in JavaScript or in Python. So It's not as though I'm leaving my knowledge of JavaScript, which I gained years before, and then saying I want to just focus on Solidity. So no, in one way or the other, some of these programming languages will be needing themselves. Maybe you want to do something or one thing or the other. So you don't need to drop that particular one to pick up this one. And then your second question, if I remember, you are talking about I don't think I remember the second question or even the first.
Time zone is in US. So you want to know the time zone and the medium of communication. How do you teach the class?
Oh, okay. So that's like an exceptional case, but we can work something out. So we would make it fit a particular time that would fit everybody. Yes. So we can work something out. That's not an issue at all. We can work something out.
Please, thank you so much.
All right. Thank you so much, sir.
Please, I have a question.
Yeah, please.
I have a question.
My name is Michael Obasi.
That's the first one. You've not given us the second one.
Can I go ahead, Mr. Sam?
Yeah. Go ahead, please.
I've been following up with the live class, but there's this question I want to ask, please. Someone with zero knowledge of programming. For myself, I'm not a computer science student. I'm a chemist. Do you understand? And I have zero. When I say zero, I mean zero knowledge of programming, because I've never taken interest in programming till I came into blockchain ecosystem and the rest of it. So I got interested in it, but there was a time I tried enrolling for programming, but the language and everything got me bored. So is there a way things can be made easier for someone with almost zero knowledge for programming and tech? Not necessarily tech, let me say programming. Is there a way things can be made easier for the person to learn and, put more interest and learn it very well?
Okay. Let me just answer that very fast. There is no promise that that it would. Okay, the promise for it to get interesting along the way depends on you, especially, sir. So there have been measures in this particular course that have been put in to actually get you started, even if you have zero knowledge of programming. And also, we are going to provide like a community where we could have sometimes, as it were, we could have one-on-one dialogue with persons who have zero knowledge about programming. So, like we already said also that at the end of you completing this particular tutorial or this particular course, you have an incentive at the end of the particular part. You have an incentive in HaggleX coin. So that should be your aim too. That should be like a goal, like I meant to say. So that's one way to make it very, very fun, as it were. So, but then we could have one-on-one mentoring with you to actually get you started. But then, in this particular tutorial series, like I explained also, there are some measures that have been put in place to get you started, even if you have zero knowledge of programming.
Okay, another one. Both the mentorship and the training time. Does it have a stipulated time where your money elapses, or would the mentorship continue until you're perfect? Not necessarily perfect, but you've learned something to say, okay, fine, I can lay my hands on this, keep practicing till I get to perfection.
Yeah, I think Mr. Sam should have an answer for that.
Okay, yeah. For the mentorship program, first of all, working with the of students, right?
Mr. Sam, sorry, I can't hear you. Speak up.
Yeah, sorry about that. I said for the mentorship program, right? So we're working with the schedule of everything, or should I say with the mentorship. we have a right
Yeah,
where we guide people right on.
your voice is bad.
It's gonna. I don't know if you're there. You can still hear me. There's gonna
Yeah,
be
I'm here, but your voice is bad. Your voice is echoing.
I think it's from an echo to somewhere.
Probably your
Okay, it should be okay now, right? So yeah, there's going to be a community where people can actually, you know, ask questions, and then once a week or once in 2 weeks we can have a Zoom session, right? And since we're going to be having students from around the world, right, so we can have a particular session for those who have were in a different time zone, another session for those who have in another different time zone, right? So we can carry everybody along, right? And everyone can come up to speed as fast as they can, right? And for incentives, right? So of course we've mentioned that there'll be $100 HaggleX coin at the end of you finishing the course, right? And of course, the HaggleX coin is a gift, and it could be worth thousands or hundreds of thousands in the nearest future. So yes, there'll be a community, and then we'll work with the time zone of each person, right? To make sure, yeah, everyone is carried along. You can actually unmute if you have a question. I think, yeah, you can.
Hello, Sam.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Just a comment. What you should always be remembering why you start. I think that would be something that will make you to make it more interesting to you. I understand where Obas is coming from, and you should be thinking that even after the course, you can actually create a coin called Obasi. Then you will be motivated, and I'm very sure in the community there will be posting of job related international job that are related to the course we are learning. I'm very sure it will be interactive enough, and it will be motivating enough. So I think.
But is there any computer language that you would advise anybody that wants to come in first to go and say, okay, fine, have a prior knowledge of this,
Hello.
so that you don't get bogged up for you while coming in?
It is what you need to learn that we're already teaching in the course in a way. So you can just learn, okay, you will just probably learn the concepts of as it were, just learn the concept of object-oriented programming. So you can just learn the concept of object-oriented programming, because the language you'll be using for that particular concept, as it were, for this particular tutorial series is Solidity, and that's what is the course. So and then we'll move on to EOS and also to the other blockchains.
All right.
Okay, thank you very much.
Hello, Sam.
Yes, boss. Ogazuntu, good morning. Good afternoon.
Yeah, good morning. Yeah, please, I would like to speak with you after the Zoom meeting, because I want to be a promoter of this HaggleX coin in the northern Nigeria. So I have a lot of people that wanted to invest in cryptocurrency, but they don't have mentorship to mentor them on how to start. So I would like to promote this coin because of it has feature. Yeah.
All right, sir. So we'll talk behind cameras.
Okay.
All right.
No problem.
Okay, Mr.
Please.
Papa, I don't know if you have a question.
Hello?
Yes, I don't know if anyone else has any question.
No, I don't have any question for now.
Hi, good morning.
Okay.
Can anyone hear me?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, my name is Michael Adigun. I really don't have a question, or I'm trying to I'm a man of my word, and I'm trying to speak to whatever happened. I think me trying to join the program, and then my ears were all open when I heard the first 20 were giving a coin. I had to quickly go and then rush to go and do the whole thing, only for me to hear that until I buy a course right now. that
No,
I will get the coin. So what's going on? Why is it like, why is there a change of talk, or like why is there a change of
hold on.
talk, whatever things then?
There was no change of thought, right? So look at what happened here. Look at what happened here. I dropped a form. Check the chat. You see the form, right? So we're supposed to give it to the first 20, right? And I realized that by the time we're doing this thing, and then the Zoom session ends, we'll lose every data that is on the chat, right? So what I did was to create a form, which we've created already. We dropped it in the chat of this Zoom call, right? And we'll pick 20 people from distribute the 100 HaggleX coin. So the other one that you heard at the end of the course is different. It's different from this one. So that other $100 will be given to each person that registers for the course. So this other one is different. So I want to know your name. You that asked the question, so that I'll give you yours specially.
Yeah, my name is Michael Adigun, and I also would like to thank Professor Naza. I think it's been really enlightening today, and I would say nice one.
Yeah.
My name is Michael Adigun. Did you hear that?
Yes.
All right, thank you very much.
Hello, good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon. Hello.
Yeah.
Can you hear me, sir? Okay. Sir, I am actually new to the blockchain community. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, I'm actually new to the blockchain community. Although I'm a biochemist, I'm a biochemist. I don't really have a background knowledge about programming, computer language, and all that. So I want to ask, like, do I need to go for more knowledge on programming first before I can take this course? And do I also need the knowledge for programming to trade also? That's the knowledge of blockchain to trade as as an upcoming trader. Hello.
Right. You need knowledge of blockchain to trade. So let me put it this way: you need knowledge of blockchain to trade effectively, right? Because let me just tell you one beautiful trade I had some last year. So I had something on Twitter, right? And the news just popped out. Someone was like, Coin Classic has been 51% attacked. And I had to go check. I had to confirm the news myself. After confirming the news, and now
Hello. Network is really bad. Yeah, I don't know if it's on my end.
Please mute. Just mute everybody, please.
Sorry.
So
hello.
Yeah, just listen.
Okay, I'm not here, sir.
Right. So when I got the news and I confirmed that the news was true, because I understood what 51% attacked was, I had to short the trade, and I made some nice profit shorting the trade. Right. So you would need blockchain, so a good amount of blockchain knowledge to trade effectively, to trade like a pro. Right. So if the more knowledge you have about blockchain in general, then the easier it will be for you to easily place some trade. That's one part of the question. So I'm answering the non-programming part. So the programming part, just in case Naza was not listening, the question was, I think the question was, do you need a knowledge about blockchain? Do you need programming skills to get started, or can you start from scratch? So I think that was the question.
Okay. You do not need a knowledge about programming itself, but if you have, that's cool. So because we're going in that particular tutorial series, you'll be learning about a course, a programming language on its own that you'll be using specifically for writing smart contracts. So you could just, if you have any knowledge about any other programming language, it is very, very cool. That would be an added advantage. At least you will know about some syntax and some other things that involve programming. But most importantly, if you can get if you can lay your hands on knowledge that involve object-oriented programming, that would be cool also. So from there, you just get the course and then move on.
All right, so that is that about our question. I will just take one last question and then we'll call it a day because we've spent more than an hour, 38 minutes. Thereabout. Okay, so no other questions. So yeah, big thank you to everyone for coming around.
I just wanted to say one last thing.
Yeah, please.
All right. Okay, I'll just say thank you. Thank you for everybody.
Hello.
Thank you to everybody who attended this particular Zoom call. Thank you.
Hello, Naza. Hello.
Yeah.
Naza, can you hear me? Good afternoon. Good afternoon.
Yeah, go ahead.
Good afternoon.
Okay, I am Progress Emezuru and I stay in Lagos. I just want to ask this little question. The payment, that is $500, right? Don't you think, fine, for some people it is way cheap, then don't you think that would be some kind of hindrance to some people who really have the zest to come into this game, like to really learn this stuff, but they don't have that fund, and it will be a debilitating factor towards pushing to getting to know how to do this? Is there a way around it? Like a way around it? Because I know some people don't even have it, but they want to learn this stuff.
Yes.
That's the question.
Yeah, there's a way around it, right? So number one way around it is as I said earlier, right? So there's going to be a nice discount, right? So that'll be announced towards the end of this meeting. There'll be some discounts. So that's one way. Then the second way is this: if you actually believe that blockchain programming, that what you learn will change your finances forever, it's $500 too big to get started. Because now I'm saying that because I'm speaking from personal experience, right? Just few weeks ago, last month, I've taken like 3 courses, right? And to be honest with you, the things I learned from those people were just similar. So that's like paying the same thing repeatedly, right? So there is no knowledge that is cheap. So if you have an opportunity to learn something that will change your finances forever, I think it is worth it. Right. So first point I've made is that, of course, there'll be some really nice discounts, number one. And number two, I was able to point out that, hey, if you're going to use $500 to change your finances forever, so be it. So be
okay. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, because
Hello, sir.
I met a friend. I met a friend some weeks back. He had now don't get what I'm saying wrong, right? He had a very nice phone. I don't want to mention the name of the phone, and he had issue with his finances. And I was like, why don't you learn this? He wanted to learn UI UX, how to design UI UX, and I was like, hey, you have too expensive phone. Sell them, get something lower, take the money, get a laptop so you can learn UI UX. Everything comes with a price. Now, good for him, he did that. He sold it, got himself a Nokia Touchlight and a smaller phone. He used a major part of the that he sold, bought a laptop, and he's undergoing the course right now. Right, he paid someone, right, someone that already knows all the nook and crannies on design, right, and he started. Now, from the visibility study he did, he should be able to make 2-3 times his current salary if he finished learning that course. So everything comes with a price. Right. See, we have a course on this website that is free. But as someone was telling me, you're not able to, because the truth is that people don't value what they don't pay for. It's even in the Bible. It's even in the Bible where God will tell you, give me 10% of your earnings. Not because God is broke. He doesn't need your money. But God is trying to let us have a mentality or mindset. Because if you don't put your money into something, your mind will not be there. That is why I don't believe in free courses anymore. Mind is there. And the higher you, now of course it's not a guarantee. It is not a guarantee that you pay for a course, you go through it, but it is a proven fact that where a man's treasure is, that is where it is.
Hello, sir.
Right. So there will be discounts, and of course, after the discount period is over, you can take the course if you're tired of your situation. If you want to, go into this new career, and you need mentorship, you need the course, you need mentorship, you need guidance, right? That is what you're paying for, right? So if it's worth it, anybody will go for it.
Hello,
Okay, Sammy, I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Thanks, boss. Thanks, boss.
Hello, sir. Hello, sir.
Yes.
Hello, sir.
And by the way,
hello.
We are not.
Hello, Mr. Sam.
Yes, boss.
Hello, Mr. Sam. Can you hear me?
I can hear you, sir.
Yes. Like me, there's something you said. You said someone needs a good knowledge on programming to take full advantage of the market. Okay. Like me, I'm not a tech or savvy freak. Basically, I like the charts. Okay. So you said you took a trade when you had about a 51% attack and you took advantage of it. Now, this is a point. Like me, basically what I like trading. I like looking at the chart. So are you recommending for me to go and learn how to program so that I can actually take full advantage of the market?
Well, I'm not recommending that either. What I'm trying to say is this: the more knowledge you are, the more knowledgeable you are about blockchain, the easier it will be to make money. It's like warriors, right? People that will go to fight, and they're using sword, right? If your sword is very sharp, it will be easy for you to cut the heads of your enemy, right? But if your sword is sharp, it becomes really, really hard. So if it's to take, we have a free course on this stuff. We have a free course. Let me see if I can show us. So someone who knows about the free course, everything we've talked about the free course, this free course will help you get up to speed. This particular course up to speed with most of the basics about blockchain, right? But if you know this alone, it's good, right? You have an edge. But you know this, and then you know this becomes even more easier. So you can choose to take only this. You can choose to take the two, right? So just as I told you about fighting war, right? The soldier that has the highest knowledge will be the winner, right? So not also, don't get me wrong. Not everybody should be or can be a trader, right? Not everybody should be and can be a programmer. But if we all have our personal goal. If you look at your goal, like your goal will need some level of programming. Your goals will need some level of blockchain knowledge to be able to trade. And if you're also trying to look for other sources of income, right? When you're not trading, you can create a smart contract for somebody to make money. So that's just the whole preaching around there. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, we have exceeded our time. Hello, sir. I clicked on that link and I can see down there trade like a pro with
Hello, Sam. Can you hear me?
yeah. So hold on.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Hello.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Okay. I really celebrate you and I know you guys doing a wonderful job. But I have an observation, please. Is this just for guys? I'm just saying, like, gender balance is moving. How can we encourage more female participation? We need more females involved in this programming things. It's just I'm seeing almost 99% attendance here of males, and it's really getting to me. So I don't know how we can encourage more female participation in
okay. Let's do this way.
Like this.
Let's do it this way. Let's do it this way. That's a very smart observation, right? And I think join our team, and let's see how we can work on that together. Okay, so join our team. Let's see how we can make ladies, encourage or incentivize ladies to go into this also, right? So for the discounts, we'll be working on 50% on all our courses, 50% discount on all our courses for the next 31. So this course that is $500 will go for $250. This one will go for $250. This one is already free. If you see one discount on the one, I don't know what you want there. We come and
that means you pay us.
okay, that means we'll be paying you to learn. Well, yeah, actually, we'll pay you to learn. So if you're taking the course, after taking the course, right, we will give you the an amount of token. So because this course is a free course, you might not necessarily get $100, right, worth of HaggleX coin. Is a free course. So yeah, we have thousands of people that have taken this course already. I don't know if they're eligible, but they're taking the course from now moving forward, right? So after you finish the course, you get an amount of cryptocurrency that you can hodl, right? And we're giving 50% discounts for the month of next month is what? August. For the month of August, 50% discount, 50% discount. So you can grab this opportunity and create several sources of income. This can be another. I can see someone said he's a first child of HaggleX. So, all right. Thanks, guys, for coming around. Do have a wonderful Saturday afternoon. Some of you will be cooking. I know someone like Mfoni, so right. She's on this call. She's going to be making some nice. I will send some of you her address so you can go and feel all right this weekend. And also, Madam Rita, she's also doing something this weekend. So thanks for coming around, guys. I really do appreciate and see ya.